Alrighty, so today we're looking at Ironclad for Salesforce. As you can see, the Salesforce instance is already configured where I can come into a particular object which we're using is called enrollment, but you can place these components on, I believe, the account, the opportunity, and other objects as well. But, just to look at what the feel is, you can configure these workflows to come directly from Ironclad into Salesforce and connect to the data that you would like, so that when an Ironclad workflow gets run, let's show you where it's pulling the data from. And these particular fields that have this link are obviously connected to Salesforce, so these questions will get answered. Okay, so now I'll show you how we got to this point. So there's a couple things that were not explained through the Ironclad articles that you can find online, but just to start from a Salesforce perspective, obviously you're going to come into the App Exchange and download the app. I would install it for all users, and let me backtrack a little bit. For data security reasons, especially at a medical insurance company, that's where I work, I needed to create a service user with just enough access to Ironclad or to Salesforce so that we can make the connection. So I'm just going to pop in and show you that real quick. Ironclad integration user. You'll just want to make sure you assign them the Ironclad admin permission set so that whenever you're connecting Salesforce, you have access to the necessary objects, the custom objects from Ironclad that get brought in. Okay, so let's just fast forward. I have the user created. I made the connection in Ironclad, which I will just pop in real quick and show you what that looks like. You'll want to go to your company settings, and then you click on integrations. You scroll down, you find Salesforce. As you'll see, mine is connected already, but you can add organizations just by doing that. Clicking the Add New Organization button. And this is where you're going to go to connect your workflow and set up the configuration to Salesforce. Alrighty, now that this is loaded up, you'll want to do plus workflow configurations, find your workflow configuration. For this example, I pulled up the fully insured agreement. I do want to allow the sync within Salesforce, which is going to send the files to the Ironclad contracts object that gets brought over with the managed package. And then you're going to want to hit add launch configuration. So launch configuration for me is on the enrollment level. And once that's made, obviously this will open up where you can start adding workflow mapping attributions. And I will show you, this is what it looks like. So you can go ahead and hit attribution. What you'll do is you'll find the particular component that you have in Ironclad, and you will want this to be synced from Salesforce, and then you'll simply just type in the name of that field and find it. Now let's just say I have fields on a related object, such as opportunity. For this example, enrollments look up to opportunities. So what I can do is I can come in, I can go into the related opportunity, and then it'll pop open another box where I will grab the particular field from that related opportunity and populate. Okay. Another thing that you're going to want to do is come in and add a sync configuration to the Ironclad contract. And for that, what you'll do is just hit add sync configuration, select the correct workflow, and then select the Ironclad contract. That's pretty straightforward. Now we'll jump back over to Salesforce, and I will show you how to set up. So within Salesforce, you're going to want to go to Ironclad Setup and make the connection. It's really straight. And then in order to get this box here, this is going to be a component on the Lightning page layout. So you'll just come in here, search for Ironclad Workflows, drag and drop, and make sure you hit save. And then as you can see, we've already tested a couple. So our Ironclad workflows that are currently in progress will show up under this related list. This is not a component. This is a related list on the particular object. Same with Ironclad contracts. So in order to have those, you'll want to go to page layout. You'll want to go to related lists and just drag and drop those wherever you please. Alrighty, and then something that isn't really mentioned anywhere is configuring your workflows to show up. So how you do that is you come in and you hit new. I'm just going to grab one for example purposes. You'll want to fill out I would just copy and paste the Ironclad workflow name from Ironclad. Your source object, you need the API name. The URL, where you're going to find this URL is back over here inside of Ironclad, and it lives right here under the workflow configuration. If you use SAML to log in, you'll want to find your SAML code. So the URL ends after this enrollment ID, and then our SAML code is and SAML equals so on and so forth. So you'll just want to copy and paste that Ironclad link in here, grab your SAML. I think that's in Ironclad as well. I honestly forget where I got that. But anyways, you'll plug that in there, and then you hit save. Once you hit save, you will be able to come into the enrollments and then launch the workflow. One thing I failed to mention that I did mention, but just to let you know, for any users that need access to Ironclad, you'll need to come in to permission sets that comes with the manage package and just configure or provision the standard user for them. It's a pretty straight up process from a Salesforce standpoint. Obviously they have the integration article, which I'll attach to the video. There's a bunch of different sections that you can follow. But like I said, I couldn't really. What you'll want to do is come into the particular object called Ironclad contracts. Ironclad contract, and create a lookup field to your source object. So for my company, it's the enrollment.